Grandpa. You can't see them nearly so well at home in Manchester, on account of the streetlights, I suppose. Back in Afghanistan, they filled the whole sky, he said, and they felt so close, like a ceiling painted with stars. Who's Aman? Grandpa asked me. I told him before about Aman. I'd even met him once or twice, but he was inclined to forget things these days. You know, Grandpa, my best friend, I said. We're both 14. You were even born on the same day, April 22nd, me in Manchester, him in Afghanistan. But sending him back to Afghanistan. He's been to the house when you were there. I know he has. I remember him now, he said. Short fellow, big smile. What do you mean sending him back? Who is? So I told him again. I was sure I told him all before, about how Aman had come into the country as an asylum seeker 6 years before, and how he couldn't speak a word of English when he first came to school. He learned really fast too, Grandpa, I said. Aman and me, we were always in the same class in junior school, and now at Belmont Academy. And you're right, Grandpa, he is small. But he can run like the wind, and he plays football like a wizard. He never talks much about Afghanistan. Always says it was another life, and not a life he wants to remember, so I don't ask. But when Grandma died, I found that Aman was the only one I could talk to, maybe because I knew he was the only one who would understand. Good to have a friend like that, said Grandpa. Anyway, I went on, he's been in this prison place, him and his mum, for over 3 weeks now. I was there when they came back and took him away, like he was a criminal or something. They're keeping them locked up in there until they send them back to Afghanistan. We've written letters from school, to the Prime Minister, to the Queen, to lots of people asking them to let Aman stay. They don't even bother to write back. And I've written to Aman too, lots of times. He wrote back only once, just after he got there, saying that one of the worst things about being locked up in his prison place is that he can't go out, see at night and look at the stars. Prison place? What do you mean prison place? Grandpa asked. Jarl's something or other, I said, trying to picture the address I'd written to. Then it came to me. Jarl's Wood, that's it. That's near here. I know it is. Not far anyway, said Grandpa. Maybe you could visit him. It's no good. They don't let kids in, I said. We asked. Mum rang up and they said it wasn't allowed. I was too young. And anyway, I don't even know if he's still in there. Like I said, he hasn't written back for a while now. Grandpa and I didn't talk for some time. We were just stargazing again. And that was when I first had the idea. Sometimes, I think that's where the idea must have come from. The stars. And they kept kids in there. Matt. I was worried about how Grandpa might react. But it was worth a try, I thought. Grandpa, I said, I've been thinking about Aman. I mean, maybe we could find out. Maybe you could ring up or something and find out if he's still there. And if he is, then you could go, Grandpa. You could go and see Aman instead of me, couldn't you? But I hardly know him, do I? Grandpa replied. What would I say? I could tell he didn't much like the idea, so I didn't push it. You couldn't push Grandpa. Everyone in the family knew that, as Mum often said. He could be a stubborn old cuss. So he sat there in silence. But all the time I knew he was thinking it over. Grandpa said nothing more about it that night, nor at breakfast the next morning. I thought that either he'd forgotten all about it, or he'd already made up his mind he didn't want to do it. Either way, I didn't feel I could mention it again. And anyway, by now I think I'd almost given up on the idea myself. It was part of Grandpa's daily routine, whatever the weather, to get up early and take Dog for a walk along the river meadows to Grantchester. His constitutional, he called it. And I know he always liked me to come with him when I was staying. I didn't much like getting up early, but once I was out there I loved the walks, especially on misty mornings like this one. There was no one about except